Dun, dun, dun.
Gang, gang.
It's the Baba Yaga.
Wow, just spoil it.
I mean, do they know who the Baba Yaga is?
If they watched any of the movies, yes. Anywho, what did it do?
What it do, man?
Um, yes. Um, yes. Welcome to another Honest Review Flick Filter. I'm Big Diesel.
And I'm Coach.
And today, if you hadn't already heard, we're going into the Ballerina. I know there's more to the title.
From the world of Flick Filter, we present John Wick's Ballerina. We just made that up.
He made that up. Don't tell me that.
Yeah.
Anywho, this is basically Ana de Armas plays the main lead. I can't remember her name. Um,
Eve.
Eve,
Macaro.
Eve. So basically, it's another revenge thing like the first John Wick. And it's basically like a group of people kind of take out her dad. So she's pretty much trying to find them and trying to get revenge on them. Pretty much that's the gist of it. Um, it's a typical John Wick film. It's just instead of and they spoiled it in the trailers, but he's in it too. So this is between which movie?
It's somewhere in between the third and fourth, or the second and third. It's a little confusing as far as the continuity, because I know if you've followed the John Wick movies, spoiler to some degree, after the third movie, or really after the second movie, he's kind of on the run
Yeah.
because of excommunicado,
Yep.
and there are a lot of things that go on with him and interactions between the various crime folks, and pretty much when Wick runs into Eve, he's already a legend. I mean, he's a legend even before then, but
Well, he was getting the little marking on him. So whatever movie that was, that's either three or four. I think that's three.
yeah, I know it's before four.
Yeah, it's probably three.
Or wait, no. Oh, the marking. Wait, no, because there
The
was
little thing to where he got it burned on his thing, so he had to go back to the place. I don't know what they called it. You
Maybe
didn't
it was-
press play.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, yeah, I don't know what that family is called, but he basically leaves that family in one of the movies, and then he needs them, so he goes back.
So that happens when he goes back. That's in four,
Okay,
I think.
okay,
Unless
then
I'm-
that's it's between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. But anywho, so you got Lance Riddick, who's back in this
Yes.
as well. R.I.P. You got Walt Winston. He's back in this a little bit. So yeah, I mean you'd say if you know any of the John Wick films, you know what you're getting yourself into. You know.
Yes.
The action is on par with John Wick.
Yes.
Everything is pretty much the same, but I feel like the villains and the storyline was kind of subpar.
Okay.
Just a simple revenge tale. I don't know if I wouldn't say that's a negative or a positive, but that's just
Yeah.
Because even the John Wick films, they're not still. But you got basically some good villains in there.
True.
In a lot of them.
Yes.
Or there's like good there's things that stick out more than anything
Mm-hmm.
in most of the films.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
you got Bill Skarsgård in the fourth one. You got Halle Berry in one of them.
Third one.
Third
She's in the
one.
third one.
Third one. Was there somebody in the second one? I can't remember.
You got Common in one of them.
Common.
I think he's in the second one.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. Yeah. And then there's mostly bombs in this one. I feel like that's the main.
The grenades and
The grenades and everything. Yeah, I think it was more about explosions. Whoever this
Yeah.
director was, really loved
I will say
explosions and fire.
yes. I will say that I think that was a creative twist or just a creative decision made instead of like having the typical, shoot 'em up. I mean, there are a lot of guns, but I will say with the grenades, like there was one scene, that one particular scene, not to spoil the whole thing, but it's like it was pretty much grenades throughout that most of that scene. I
Yeah.
felt like the way they did it was pretty cool because she was visiting the guy and then, you know, but in the end with the flamethrower as well, I felt like that was like a nod to the fourth John Wick in that scene where they had it was kind of like
It wasn't a flamethrower though.
I thought it was.
No. It's just. It was more like I would call it like a. It was a special type of gun. I feel like that was
Yeah.
like it shot something and it burst into flames. Like you.
That's not a flamethrower.
No, it just it's different. It's you could say.
I mean, it was a different kind of gun, but it wasn't the exact same thing. But I thought it still fit that category. I guess.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'm not
Yeah.
a big gun person, so.
Yeah.
But I think the only thing that kind of it gets repetitive. I think you were saying that in the out of theater review that these John Wick films get really repetitive. So it's like, okay, we need to kind of, you know, switch it up so it doesn't kind of get stale.
Yeah.
And I think this is their way, but I'm gonna need more than just oh yeah, you just throw a different character in it,
Yeah.
and but it's still the same kind of movie.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think to your point, they wanted to do something different for a few different reasons because they already started the Continental. That was really the first spin-off. And
Good show, in my opinion.
I never
It was.
really watched it. I think my dad did. I started some of it. It was cool. I don't know if I'm going to go back and see it, but it was cool from what I saw. But it wasn't like, oh yeah, I gotta. There wasn't anything I saw where it was like, oh yeah, I gotta hurry up and finish this. But it was cool from the little bit I did see. But I guess I brought that up because they're trying to expand the universe and see what they can do without Keanu Reeves in the franchise. Because from what I've heard,
Yeah, he looks tired.
yeah, from what I've heard, he's kind of tired of doing these movies because he does so much of this. He does so much of his own stunts, and that gets tiring. Especially he's like 60, and these are very physical.
Especially all those steps he fell down.
Yeah, little steps he fell down.
He went up, fell down, went back up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he gets thrown into cars. He's running through buildings. He was
Jumping off buildings,
Yeah.
falling off buildings.
Yeah, he's getting into knife fights and gun fights and all these type of fights.
He's pretty much on his feet the entire movie as
Right.
well. Yeah.
So you could definitely tell he's tired, and I bet they, had to beg him to come back even for Ballerina. Well, maybe not beg him because he's in the movie, but it's not like the movie's resting on him. I think what they're trying to do with this one is kind of try to wean people off of him. So it's like, okay, we're gonna introduce Ana de Armas, and we're gonna have him in there a little bit, but have him there more as like a support, I guess. Not
more like a mentorship.
guide.
Yeah.
Not to give exactly his role in the movie away, but um, he's there. I don't want people to expect like, oh yeah, he's gonna be in like most of it, but he definitely is there and has a significant role to an extent. Um, but I do feel like the directors they're trying to get people weaned off of him so that they can see a future with the franchise without him having to be in every single thing.
Yeah, and I feel like you put so much on his shoulders already that it's gonna be hard to do that.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying those are big shoes to fill.
yeah,
But
they are. Um, Damn, I realized I didn't even say much about the story myself. Um,
so
yeah, I guess because there is these, like you said, these movies are pretty much the standard revenge tale. Like you mentioned, she's getting revenge for what happened with her father, and I think it's what the interesting part is to me are like the parallels with her character and um, the other little girl.
yeah,
Um, I don't want to spoil too much, but it's kind of I think that girl is kind of like a representation of almost like a mirror of Eve in the life that she could live outside of being an assassin, where they want this little girl. So because of her connection to this underground world, and then her father's trying to give her a different type of life,
yeah.
and I feel like
yeah, the goat. I
yeah,
forgot about him.
yep.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what Eve's father wanted for her before what happened with him that happened to him, and then it's like what the parents try to prevent you from ends up happening, and she chooses that, but it's like dang, it's sad that
Apropos or apropos.
something like that. I hear that term a lot. I don't know exactly what it means, but I'm gonna go with it. Yeah. So she she chooses that life, and
I don't even know like what a normal life is in this world
yeah, that's a good point.
because it's like I wouldn't want to live in this world.
Right. Even people that you think are normal may not be.
I see what you did there.
Even
I see what you did
they may
there.
not be.
I see what you did there.
Every time you're in
You'll
the
get
streets,
it. You'll get it.
you're in the streets. You don't know who's got what. You don't know where people are in terms of
Watch
their
out for the people
expertise.
in the streets.
Yeah, you never know who you're gonna run into. Like, and I think that is another thing that's cool about this world, in that it's like this heightened reality, because it's like it's a world that looks like ours, but you can tell like, dang,
It's in the Matrix.
I see what you did there. It's this heightened reality. It's almost like nobody's really a superhero except for, well, Wick kind of is, because if you see everything that he's done, you're like, yeah, he's almost immortal in a sense.
He's got the super soldier serum.
Something like that. But even the regular people, it's like you're almost like in this reality where you're in this like superhero world of like this world isn't like ours, even though it kind of looks like it.
Yeah.
So I think that's the cool thing about it. I don't know how deep the lore is, or how deep they even want to go into the lore, because I don't think that's necessarily what people care about. They kind of just want to see the action.
I feel like yeah. You're trying to make this thing last, and I feel like the point of this is the same problem you have with every Jason Statham movie.
Mm,
You
yeah.
know, it's just to shoot 'em up, pretty much.
Yeah.
But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But there's a certain thing where it's kind of getting overdone.
Yeah.
It's yeah. But that's all I'll say. What do you rate it?
What do I rate it? I give it like a 3.5.
Crazy.
Yeah.
3. 3 out of 5 for me.
Wow.
Um,
Been kind of low lately.
you know, nothing really hit Sinners level.
Crazy. Yeah.
Not trying to overhype it.
That's true. The action, again, the action for this was great. I think, Ana de Armas, she did really well.
I think she did too.
She did really well. There were some really cool action sequences that I hadn't seen before, really. Even though I feel like after Wick Chapter 4, I'm like, I don't know how they can top this. Not saying they top this in this one, but there were different things that I've seen. It's like you can still do other things that you haven't seen before, even if it's not necessarily the biggest or the most grand. Um, yeah, but we were talking.
It's kind of the same problem with Tom Cruise and his stunts.
Yeah.
Like how you know how do you top, you know, how do you keep on going like bigger and better? Yeah.
It's like I think the only thing he can do next is really go into space and not do it the Fast and Furious way, but actually go there for real.
Not to get off topic, but everybody was joking about, oh, next thing you know, they're gonna go into space, and then when they went into space, people hated it.
Yeah.
It was just like,
Because it was forced. It was like y'all just forced.
no,
it.
because they did it because of course. Okay, we'll give you what you want.
We'll give you, yeah.
And that whole movie was kind of like playing into everything, like tropes and
those
everything.
movies, they do that on purpose.
Well, I think in that one especially because you almost had, we're getting off subject, but
Yeah.
you had Roman like almost die, and then all of
He
a
did.
sudden he just went around. So that whole movie was just ridiculous in
It
and of
was.
itself. I think more ridiculous than any of the other Fast and Furious. But
Yeah.
anywho, but yeah, yeah. So that's all our thoughts. It wasn't too crazy, but it's a good popcorn movie.
Yeah. Good popcorn movie. I would say like a matinee.
Yeah.
If you go see it.
Oh yeah.
Matinee
Yeah,
for
definitely
sure.
matinee.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't expect a deep plot
Nope.
or anything like that. And yeah. So let us know what you think if you go see it.
Yeah.
Give us your thoughts.
Post your comments down below. Yeah, and let us know what else you want us to see. Yeah, I think there's a couple movies coming out that we gotta see this next coming weeks.
Yeah, there's some stuff coming out. How to Train Your Dragon,
That.
live action, Materialist, I think, on the list.
Yep.
You got some stuff coming in July, some heavy hitters.
You know, the Fan Force Stick.
Yeah, something like that.
Anywho, that's all we got. Post your comments down below. Let us know, and yeah, let us know your rank the John Wick films.
Ooh, how would you rank them, real quick?
Real quick, I don't know. I can't. We'll have to do another video on that.
Another video. Okay.
Cause I can't. Everything blends together.
They do blend together for me.
And the problem was, I didn't see the first one when everybody else saw the first one. I saw the second one first. Then I saw the first one, and then I saw them in order.
You have a habit of seeing stuff out of order.
Don't act like you don't do it. Neither.
Always bringing me into it.
Yep.
All right, you guys. We'll catch you up the next one.
Next one. God bless.
Good job. Peace.